The movie begins with the revelation that the descendants of the surviving dinosaurs from the previous events have continued to thrive. Humans have come to accept these dinosaurs, leading to a coexistence between the two. Presently, there is extensive research being conducted on these creatures, with Biogen emerging as the leading company in this field. Next, the scene shifts to a research facility in Nevada. We're introduced to Claire, whose mission is to rescue dinosaurs from such research facilities. Today, she's here to save yet another dinosaur. Assisting her are two companions. As they attempt to leave the facility, security becomes aware of their actions and pursues them. Despite the odds, the trio manages to rescue the baby dinosaur. However, faced with the peril of their mission, Claire's friends decide they can't support her any longer. Understanding their concerns, Claire releases them from their commitment. We then meet Owen, who's leading a team tracking a particularly aggressive species of dinosaur. After a tense encounter, Owen manages to subdue one with a rope, and the team takes the creature with them. Soon after, the audience is reintroduced to Laura, a familiar face from the movie's second installment. With no family of her own, she's been adopted by Owen and Claire and now lives with them. Influenced by her guardians, Laura has developed a profound desire to protect dinosaurs. One day, she returns home, visibly distressed after witnessing another dinosaur being captured by Biogen. Claire advises Laura against confronting Biogen directly, emphasizing the danger. Laura's frustration is evident. She's felt trapped for the past 4 years, isolated in a home far from the city. The story then brings us to a farm where 2 children are alarmed by bizarre noises. To their horror, a swarm of bats descends, ravaging their crops. Post this devastation, Dr. Ellie arrives for investigation, accompanied by a colleague. There, she reunites with another researcher, Dr. Allen, an old school friend. As they delve into the mystery, Ellie reveals a specimen of the enormous bats, suggesting that such rapid genetic mutations are unnatural. Dr. Allen immediately suspects Biogen, known for its genetic experiments. The two decide to head to Pennsylvania, where a dinosaur rescue center is located. At the center, Laura encounters a baby raptor. As she feeds it, its protective mother appears, mistaking Laura's intentions and threatening to attack. Just in time, Owen intervenes, calming the adult raptor. Unbeknownst to them, a hunter named Ryan witnesses this and seizes an opportunity to kidnap the baby raptor. Owen becomes aware of this and chases Ryan, while Laura heads toward the city. En route, Ryan's men capture Laura. Owen, unable to intervene, rushes home and prepares his weaponry. On updating Claire, she's overwhelmed with concern. As Owen prepares to leave, the mother raptor confronts him, visibly enraged. Owen assures her that he'll retrieve her offspring and sets out on his mission. After this, Claire calls her friend Franklin, who works for the FBI. He tells her that his friend Barry is dealing with all these kidnappings. On the other hand, Ellie visits Biogen with Ellen through her links, where his guard becomes a worker named Ramses, and they meet Lewis. Then Ramses takes them to Dr. Ivan's lecture. After the lecture, he meets them. We then see Laura, who is given an agent named Savannah. There, Owen and Claire also find Barry, who takes them to the black market where the dinosaurs were fighting. From here, they also have smuggling. Claire meets a smuggler named Kyla and shows him a picture of Laura, asking if he has seen her anywhere. Now here, Kyla had seen Laura, but she doesn't tell him anything because she doesn't want to get involved. There, Barry shows Owen some goons, and there he sees Ryan and runs to catch him. While avoiding Owen, he accidentally falls into the fight of the dinosaurs, where the dinosaurs eat both his hands. Owen asks him about Laura, but he doesn't know anything about it. Meanwhile, a big dinosaur freezes and kills Ryan. Meanwhile, a CIA team also arrives there. When Savannah finds out about all this, she frees some dinosaurs and puts them behind her. Then, she calls Dr. Lewis and tells him about Owen and the CIA, that they have all come here for Laura. Meanwhile, Claire confronts him and asks him about Laura. Savannah attacks her, but Claire controls her, gives her an electric shock, and tells her that Laura is in the lab of Biogen. At that moment, a dinosaur arrives, which Savannah puts behind Claire with the help of shock, and now to escape it, Claire keeps running from one building to another. Meanwhile, she falls onto a trolley van, which was being driven by Kyla. Still, the dinosaur is behind them, but Claire somehow manages to get rid of it. On the other hand, Owen and Barry relax a dinosaur and put it in the cage. Then Savannah comes there. Barry takes her at gunpoint, and in the meantime, Claire also tells Owen that Laura is in the Biogen lab. He immediately leaves, but Savannah puts a dinosaur behind him. He somehow manages to escape and comes to the runway, where we see Kyla and Claire in the plane. Somehow, Owen gets on the plane and falls down with the dinosaur. Meanwhile, in Biogen, Hans tells Laura about his mother, who is a scientist at Biogen. He finds out that as soon as she was born, some changes were made in her DNA and his mother had made these changes. That's why Laura was brought here, because the scientists wanted to experiment on her DNA so that she can bring change to the world. In the meantime, Laura finds out that Dr. Ryan was also the one who made changes in the DNA of those tridons. On the other hand, Ellie and Ellen are wearing lab dresses and looking for evidence in the lab. There they find a big tridon, which they keep as a sample. On the other hand, Laura finds the baby of a raptor, which was brought here with her. Laura tries to free him, from which an alarm goes off there, and all the tridons also start flying free. When they come out of the chamber, they also find Laura, with whom they start running away from there. On the other hand, a flying dinosaur attacks Kyla's plane. From this, Owen opens Claire's parachute, and he himself lands the plane in Biogen. At the same time, Ramses finds out the truth about the tridons, which is why he joins them. There, Claire is found hanging from a tree in the jungle. A massive dinosaur approaches her. Claire hides in the water after separating herself from the parachute. When the dinosaur leaves, Claire emerges from the water and heads to the Biogen lab. A dinosaur confronts Owen and Kyla and plunges into the water to attack them. To save himself, Owen dives into the water. But before becoming the dinosaur's prey, Kyla rescues him. The dinosaur also emerges, but they both manage to enter the lift and save themselves. Ellie, Ellen, and Ramses venture to a cave where the rite had taken place. There, a dinosaur attacks Claire, but Owen saves her. In the lab, the doctors set fire to all the tridons, but they survive and escape the lab. Seeing this, Owen and Claire are taken aback. Their group then encounters Ellie and Ellen's car, causing it to become stuck. Fortunately, everyone is all right. Claire and Owen then find Laura, but a dinosaur attacks them. Dr. Lewis sees that the tridons have wreaked havoc everywhere and are returning to the Biogen. The lab workers flee to save their lives, while Owen and the raptors enter the lab to rescue them. Inside, Laura controls them, and Owen injects one with a sedative, taking it with him. A dinosaur attacks Dr. Lewis, who dies on the spot. The lab becomes surrounded by dinosaurs, but Kyla comes to the rescue with a plane, evacuating everyone. At the end of the movie, Ellen finally confesses her feelings to Ellie, and they become a couple. Dr. Hens alters the DNA of the tridons, normalizing them. Owen introduces a baby raptor to its mother, making her very happy. The movie concludes with this scene,